Y'all ever, like, run and be in pain? Sorry, this is a weird way to start the video. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I may just not upload on weekdays and in general, because my schedule kind of sucks. So, I can talk about this. My schedule. Ow, ow, ow. I think I broke my thumb. Oh, I'm fine. I'm not fine. Oh, I think I popped a bone. Oh, give me a moment. I'm fine. I'm in so much pain right now. I don't want to stop moving my hand. I know y'all probably didn't hear it, but like right here, I popped the bone right here on my thumb on this hand, the one I'm rubbing right now. Oh, it is in so much pain. Because like right here, there's a bone right here, right? Obviously, there's a bone right here, right? And I heard it pop while I was like scooting upward. Oh, that hurt like a curse word. Like a curse word. It hurt like a curse word. It still does. Ah. Right here. Right here. Right here. I heard the pop. Oh. Oh. I'm fine. I'm fine. I laugh at my pain. I laugh at my trauma. Anyway. Let me focus. Let me focus. Okay, I'm fine. Anywho, let's talk about my schedule, right? Yes, I'm gonna totally ignore the fact that I'm in pain. Don't bring it up. It's on my schedule, right? It sucks on weekdays. So this thing I like to do. It's called. Well, no, I don't like to do it. I'm forced to do it. I'm held prisoner here. I walk. We have a treadmill in our like living room, and I walk on it for like 30 to 40 minutes every day. On weekdays, it's like once every day. For weekends, it's twice every day. So, it sucks. Every weekend is twice, every weekday is once. So, like, Sundays and Saturdays, it's like, okay, time for you to walk twice. And for, like, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, it's like, okay, it's time for you to walk once now. And I have to, like, jog for 5 minutes. Um, my throat is dry from the amount of screaming I did off camera. Because I don't want to, like, because I'm over dramatic, right? I'm a very over dramatic person, especially when it comes to, like, pain. I was screaming, I was hollering. Like, ah, but like really loudly. I'm surprised no one like came to open my door and was like, what's happening? What, why are you screaming, Oh, there's so much pain. Oh, I may need a band-aid. I need someone to kiss my boo-boo. Anywho, what was I talking about? Alright, my schedule. So, it sucks. Not only do I have to walk on a treadmill for like 30 to 40 minutes and jog for 5 minutes, by the time I'm done, my legs are noodles. So something you won't hear me talk about a lot is when I run, my legs like get really itchy to the point where they're like, how do I explain this? You know how like your legs or like your arm will go numb if you just like don't move it for a while and you feel like this tingling pain? It's like that, but instead of painful, it's just really itchy. It's like a mosquito bite, but all over my legs. It sucks. Running sucks. Everything sucks, really. Not to mention the fact that I have this thing, right? This thing. I know not a lot of you haven't heard of it. It's called school. It's called school. School. It sucks. It sucks. It's boring. Okay, it is boring. Like, I don't understand most of the things I'm taught there. I'm gonna be honest. And I pay attention. I pay as much attention as I can. I can't focus for whether that's like because of who I am or because of like, I don't know, mental things going on mentally. I don't know. It's just who I am. I've never been able to focus. Like, you gotta understand, right? I have never been able to perfectly focus. You know what that means? I could never stare into outer space and just... I can't do that. Most people can. I can't do that because that takes focus. That takes so much focus to just take yourself out of an experience that you're already experiencing. So I can't daydream, but I also can't focus on what's happening in front of me either. It's like I'm in some sort of weird in-between where I'm like daydreaming but paying attention but not really, you know? And like most of the stuff, right, I get taught, I don't understand. I don't understand. And like, I'm considered... I'm trying to say this as like humbly as I possibly can. I'm considered really smart for the kind of person I am, I guess. That's what people say. I don't think I'm that smart. I'm not. I can barely... Because, like, there have been multiple times where one of my, I think teachers suggested an AP class. For those who don't know what an AP class is, it's a class for smarter people. For people who have, like, really good grades. It's a class basically to challenge smart people, right? I don't belong there. I struggle. I don't show it a lot, but I struggle with everything I do. Like, if I do not understand a concept, I'm just... Pretend I'm working, pretend I'm working, pretend I'm working, pretend I'm working. Please give us the answer. Please. Please give us the answer. Please. I beg of you. Please. Like, sometimes, yes, it's really easy. Other times, though, no. Like, I struggle, right? I struggle. And, like, I've been offered twice to either be moved to a general ed class or an AP class, right? A general ed class, for those who don't know, I have always been in special needs ever since I was, like, in kindergarten. Apparently I have ADHD, so... Yeah! No one will ever take my sparkle. I'm unique. I'm unique! Anywho. Apparently, I've always had a hard time focusing. Maybe that's why. I'm not gonna blame my ADHD. I'm gonna blame myself because I feel like that's just how I've always been. Yeah, I feel like if I were put into an AP class or a general ed class, I would struggle more than I already do. I barely get by. The only reasons I've ever like had A pluses or anything like that is just out of pure luck, just out of pure, unfiltered luck. God looked down on me and was like, "All right, let me help you out. Wisdom unto thee." Like, because some of the stuff I already knew, right? Science is easy. Isaac Newton. Boom, I can remember all 3 laws. All 3 laws. Just, I'm not gonna snap my friend. Nah. By the snap, but, wait. I need it to be loud. Hold on. By the snap of my fingers, that's the best I can do. I'm better with my right, but right now my right is in pain. What was I talking about? Alright. So, like, there was this... loading? Okay. So, like, I have these problems, right? Because, like, I can remember the 3 laws very easily. There's obviously... Do I go by order or do I go by my favorite? I'll go by my favorite. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Basically meaning if you throw a bouncy ball onto the ground, it will go back up. If you push something, it will move. Like that. That's the 3rd law. The 1st law is any object in motion will stay in motion unless tampered with or something like that. Something along those words. Then there's the 2nd law. Force times mass equals acceleration or something like that. Basically, the heavier the object, the harder it is to move, or the lighter the object is, the easier it is to move. The less force you need to use you use less force on a lighter object, you use more force on a heavier object. For an example, if I were to move, yes, he's holding cross, don't question it. If I were to move him from side to side, front to front, up and down, it's very easy. If I were to try to move my bed, however, it would take a lot more force. I can also just remember the 5 scientific laws by just heart. Ask a question, hypothesize, experiment, gather data, share data. Or something like that. It's like memory. I don't have a problem. Well, no, I do. I have horrible memory, but like it's not that bad. It's bad, but not that bad. Like, I'm able to remember some things. I'm also like, again, some of the things are just easy. Like, oh look, a crossword. Let me crack my neck real quick. Let me crack my knuckles. Let's do this. It's so easy because it's like, okay, so right here. That word ends with an E. How many words end with an E? There's that one, and that one. That one's a 4-letter word. That's a 5-letter word. And that's a 7-letter word. The word that fits in here is a 4-letter word, which means it's that word. I cross that out. Boom. Done. It's easy. Oh, well, you look at that. The 2nd letter in this word is an A. How many words have an A as the 2nd letter? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So a total of 5, so I still don't have that down yet. They seem to be the same amount of numbers, 4 letters each. Well, that word goes there, that word goes there, that word goes there, which means it's that word right here. That word starts with a Z. There's only one word with a Z. What country is blah, blah, blah? Well, there's really only one country here, so I'm going to put that there, that there, that there. And by the time I'm done, It leaves one word, and I'm like, well, by the process of elimination, that means you go there. Which is why I'm crosswords and word banks are extremely easy for me. However, with this great mind, I also have its drawbacks. I'm horrible at word finding and spotting the difference. Now, spotting the difference is easier. It's word finding. For those who don't know what word finding is, right? It's like it gives you words, and then it gives you a piece of paper with just random letters jumbled up, and you just look okay, R square. There's no A near that R, so rat can't be there. Oh, there it is. Circle. Most people use a highlighter. I use a pencil. Because we can't afford highlighters in this. No, that's a joke. We can afford highlighters in this house. It's just... Back then, I didn't have a lot of highlighters. Yeah, anywho. I just think I wouldn't do that well in an AP or general ed class in general. I feel like I would have a way harder time than I already do. F's around the world, around the board, man. It's so hard just to get by where I am now. I'm not willing to challenge myself. Well, no, I am, but the challenge I'm already facing is challenging enough. You know? I hate the fact that I always go on side tangents. Like, I like to go into side tangents. I like to talk about something and then immediately go, actually, and then oh, wait a minute, but oh, did you mention FNAF? Oh, well, you see, that actually reminds me of another game I like. It's Undertale, and then, you know, I'm not the kind of person that goes on side tangents a lot, but when I do, you know, I'm a chatterbox, which is weird because I'm an introvert. Like, those two don't mix well. Like, hold on, I need to break my back real quick. Only if Bane were here. No, but like my back, like hurts. I got an old man's back. I cannot. If I crouch or just in general put my spine on. I need to sit straight. What up? If I put my spine in enough uncomfortableness, my back is just gonna kill me. Let's talk. I was gonna talk about something, but I completely forgot what I was talking. You see, right. So like, I have this problem, right, where I'm just a mix of completely different kinds of people. I'm an introvert, but I'm a chatterbox. I'm willing to talk someone's ear off, as long as I'm comfortable and known that person for a good, long time. But the downside to that is the fact that if I haven't talked to that person for like 2 to 3 weeks or more or less, I can't talk to them ever again until I get comfortable with them again. I'm also a picky eater. I don't know if I've talked about this. My memory is horrible. I'm a picky eater, but I'm always hungry, you know? Like, make up your mind. Are you fat or are you skinny? Kill me. Anyway. Schedule. Onto the main. I'm gonna just title this. Let's talk number 3. What is this? Number 3 or number 4? This is what sucks about like uploading a video about that has to stay in continuity with another. Okay, if I talk about my schedule enough, I can just name I could just name this video my schedule. So There's that. I also just like spending time watching TV. I want my free time, you know? I want my free time, which is why I'm so hesitant on uploading and because I like to watch stuff stuff on YouTube and stuff on HBO, Netflix, this blah blah blah, all these other streaming apps. And it like it like actually I'm gonna complain about one thing before, but not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. I'll get to that. Um, I was gonna say, right. It's hard to find something very entertaining to watch for me specifically. Okay, now I can go into my side tangent. Why? So, I have a problem with HBO, Netflix, and whatever else, whatever other streaming service has it. So, can you tell me why you have a, a streaming service that provides only certain movies and shows in a certain country? I've never had a problem with it because there was never been like a show that I wanted to watch that I can only watch in a different country until I realized something. What I'm about to mention here, not a lot of people know about. Well, unless you live in a Hispanic household. Then again, I don't know if people actually know about this or not. HBO. There is a Hispanic version of HBO that has not only my favorite Hispanic show, but its counterpart and other Hispanic show that I've been wanting to watch but never could. For those who don't, for Latino HBO has, at least from my knowledge, El Chavo del Ocho, both the live action and animated, and El Chapulín Colorado. Colorado. I am not a no sabo kid. I will not be a no sabo kid. Not the point. What I'm trying to say is, why, if I want to watch a show, my favorite show ever growing up, let me watch it. For those who don't know what El Chavo is, it's basically a show about this kid with a like green winter hat. I think it's a green winter hat. Spandex kind of orange strings. He lives in a barrel. Basically, he lives in a barrel. The name of the show translates to the guy in 8, I believe. Because El means the, Chavo means guy, for some weird reason. And then translates to, I think, in or of the guy of 8, El Chavo del Ocho, because del means of and 8 means ocho, obviously. Ocho means 8. And I'll translate the other one, obviously. And for El Chapulín Colorado, it's, what was it? The red grasshopper. I think that's what his name translates to, no? Yeah, no, it is. That is like what it translates to, the red grasshopper. And like those shows are only available on the Hispanic version of HBO. Why? 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 Throw something on my TV. Burn. Anywho, yeah, no, that's my problem with like Netflix and HBO. Also, like just like having in general different shows and stuff for like different countries. Another problem I have, right? Tell me why. Tell me why. No, just tell me why. Tell me why you think I have a problem with a streaming service, and I can give you other reasons that you probably couldn't have thought of. Why did they remove Spectacular Spider-Man, one of the best cartoons, one of the best Spider-Man iterations of all time? The animation, Chef's kiss. The plot, Chef's kiss. The romance can go into the trash. Nah, because you're telling me Peter breaks up with someone who gave him a nickname. I forgot her name. I'll say this. I'll say this with pride. I forgot her name. To be able to be with Gwen. I think it was Gwen. Yeah, it was Gwen. Only for then Gwen to get with Harry. You had a... Lizzie. Her name was Lizzie. I think it was Lizzie. I think. I could be wrong, but it was Lizzie. I think. In my opinion, I have never seen such a and something I actually cheered for, a relationship I've actually cheered for, only for it to go straight in the gutter. Straight in the gutter. Because, like, why? In what world, right? Because... out of all people, why Gwen? No, that's a genuine question. Out of all people, really? When you had MJ right there. When you've had Lizzie right there. When you had Black Cat right there. And you're sad about the fact that Gwen got with Harry. I'm shocked. I'm appalled. Also, how does no one know that Harry was the Green Goblin, right? Actually, no. It's been a while since I watched the show. Yeah, because like Norman was like, I'm gonna frame my son real quick. Well, to be fair, I don't think that was Norman's plan, but I feel like that was his plan all along. I like the new show though. I have high expectations for the new show. We're moving again. For those who don't know, there's been a new show. The only problem I have with it, the only problem I have with it, listen to me, listen, is Norman's haircut. That's it. I just don't like it. I don't know why. I just look at it and my eyes just bald. It's like my eye, like if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking. I just don't know why. I feel like that hairstyle looks so bad in animation compared to real life. And again, I've never seen someone in real life with that hairstyle. Like, they could have given him any other hairstyle. I don't care what other hairstyle they could have given him. Just make him bald at that point. I just did not like it. Like, I like Osborn in the new show. It's just his haircut. Like, every time I look at him, I cannot, like, every time it's just like my eyes immediately go straight for his head. Like, oh, look, it's off. Oh, dear. Oh, that is a haircut, all right. That is a haircut. Not a good one, but a haircut. The show I'm talking about, by the way, is what is it? That Neighborhood Spider-Man with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I think, was the full name of the show, which is a long title, but I'm gonna be honest, not the longest title I've seen. I've seen very long titles. Stay right there. But yeah, like, that's my one problem with it. Other than that, the show's great. I like all the other characters. Not like most people who I probably complained about this race swapping. A lot of people complain about race swapping. I am in the opinion that as long as the character is written good, I don't care if they're race swapped. As long as the character is written as like good, I don't care about a race swap, right? Actually, that does bring me to one complaint I have about one thing, which is Marvel in general. Why? I feel like we've gotten rid of some heroes faster than we should have. I don't know. That's just me. Because, like, I feel like there's just, like, one hero I feel like we barely had enough screen time with. And they're already building up for their, like, not replacement, but, like, making movies of, like, said replacement. Spider-Man. I like Miles Morales. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I hate him. No, I like him. He's a good, like, replacement and all. It's just, I feel like we've barely had Spider-Man in general when it comes to, like, movies and shows, which is weird, right? Because I feel like at least with the new Captain America, at least I feel like we had enough time with Steve Rogers as Captain America. I feel like his time was over and done with. I feel like we had enough screen time with him. Same with Iron Man. While I don't like his replacement, I'd rather War Machine as his replacement. It just makes more sense. For one, Rhodey was close with Iron Man, aka Tony Stark. Two, Tony let him keep his suit, the suit that he uses for combat. I feel like he would have just been a better replacement. I don't know. That's just my take. But I feel like though in comics speaking, I feel like there would have been a better replacement. But I don't know. I don't read comics, so I don't know if I'm not the kind of person that's like, in the comics they did this character so dirty, or like there's a better Iron Man replacement in the comics. He's right there. His name is Copper Boy. Copper Boy. His suit is just made of full on copper. Titanium Boy. I don't know, something like that. Like we all like for. I don't hate Sam's Falcon either, but at the same time, I'm not really like attached to the character in general because I haven't seen him that much. Like we got like what, one movie with him and a show, and that's pretty much it. And like movies where like team ups happen don't count either. They don't. Like Civil War doesn't count because it's not a Sam Wilson movie. It just has him in it. But I'm not like the kind of person that will sit here and tell you that all the replacements suck, and then be like, people who say this and that do it only because they don't want to be called racist. Because some of the replacements I like. I like Miles Morales. I like the way he's portrayed. I like the way he's seen. And before someone says bias, it's not bias. Okay? It's not. For those who don't know, uh, apparently Miles Morales is like half Hispanic. What kind of Hispanic he is, I don't know. He could be Cuban for all I know. It's not biased. Trust me, it's not biased. Because there's also another replacement I genuinely like. And that's... What was his name? What was his name? What's a... Actually, no. We barely had enough screen time. Actually, yeah, no. The replacement... let me think. What's a good replacement? Who was a good replacement for whoever they for whatever hero they replaced? I guess I'll say this: Sam was the best and I think greatest option for replacing Captain America. To be fair, though, it's not like we had another choice. Oh, my arm. But at the same time, I'll start liking him or hating him when we get like him in more movies, because his character isn't like it doesn't constantly anger me. So I'm more neutral towards him because he isn't actively like disrespecting Captain America. But at the same time, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I liked him better as Falcon because, I feel like if you're ever gonna have like someone take the mantle of a like established character, it should be a character like who I've never read the comics, so I don't know if Sam ever does take up the mantle of Captain America. But like a character who one is created to take the mantle, or two has taken the mantle before and now it's taking it again. For an example, if I were to for an example, if you're gonna create a legacy, I think they're called legacy characters. I don't know what they're called, where it's like my arm, where it's like a character replaces a character, right? You've got a lot of options. For one, you've got their children as a replacement of them in general. For an example, Tony's daughter, what was his name? I don't want to say his superhero name because I feel like if I do, people are gonna like be like, "Why'd you say this guy's a secret identity, not this guy's?" Chadwick Boseman. Yes, my favorite character, Chadwick Boseman. What was the name of his character? Hold on. It was T'Challa. T'Challa. Yes. T'Challa. I'm just gonna call him Black Panther. With Black Panther, it's like they did it well because they did a relative, right? Like, it's his sister who's the replacement, I think. I haven't watched the movie because it got it's a boring movie. Okay, listen, it is just. I got to the part where like where Riri's like kidnapped and it's like, let me tell you my traumatic story. So it's all started when I was a kid, right? Like it's just so boring. I don't know why. It just is. Um. But right there, you see, like characters related to the character they're replacing, or two, a mentor tutor kind of situation, where someone teaches someone how to take their spot. For an example, I can name a lot of characters that have done this, but I think my favorite example comes from anime. Have you ever heard of the hit? Have you ever heard of this anime? Right? It's very, 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 very underground. No one's heard of it. My Hero Academia. Yeah, you probably never heard of it. that right there is the number one example when you think of like mentor, right? Like someone passing on their symbol onto someone else. That is another way you can replace a character. Another way you can replace a character is also fan. Obsessive fan who wants to basically the character dies, someone sees this and they're like, you're dead. Then I'll be the next, you know? But like every time Marvel does it wrong. Every time, every example I've given. Well, not every example. For example, uh, She-Hulk, related for one, mentored by the other Hulk. However, I know people are gonna call me sexist. I don't like her. And before y'all start screaming at me, I do like Captain Carter. Now, do I think DC's doing too much by adding her and everything? Yes, but I'm not like I don't hate her. What's another female character? I just Black Widow. Um, I forget her name. She was in the Thunderbolts. Not Taskmaster. Not Taskmaster. Master. That that was the weird one. I'll talk about Taskmaster later on. Let me think of her name. She's the leader, basically. And, of course, the girl who can just, like, walk through walls. Pretty cool. So, I have a problem with Taskmaster. It's not the fact that it's a female. No, it's just the fact that they did basically nothing with the character. Like, even if you go back to watch the movie where Taskmaster is first introduced, which is Black Widow, I don't think they do much. You know, they Deadpool they they did basically what X-Men did to Deadpool, which is just no more mouth. You know, the merc with the mouth. You know? I didn't mind it. I would have preferred if it were like, oh, she's actually working with the people in the red room, but she necessarily isn't a mindless soldier, and is just doing it for like the money or something like that. I don't know what Taskmaster is. I think he's like a bounty hunter. When I think of Taskmaster, I'm like, oh, so he's the same thing that like Deathstroke is, which is like a mercenary, right? Or like Deadpool, I guess, which is more of a better reference. I'm out of water. But that's my only problem with Taskmaster. I don't care if the characters aren't like comic accurate because I haven't read the comics. But at the same time, I'm not here and gonna stand by and watch the disrespect. Like, I don't care for Marvel. I'm more of a DC person, and yes, I know. I know. Trust me, most of us DC people hate ourselves. We haven't had a good movie in years, and thanks to James Gunn, we've had really good movies. And hopefully, it keeps going up. But like, I'll talk about my problem with DC later. Right now, I'm talking about Marvel. But like at the same time, just because Marvel isn't like my favorite, and I really don't care for the characters, doesn't mean I'm gonna stand here and watch as someone disrespects the character. Don't speak ill of the dead. Anywho, what's right? DC. I'm looking at you. Now, current DC, I have not a lot of problems with. Most of the problems people have with it are like problems, yes, but not really problems I care about. Like, oh, Rick Flag Sr. is a self-insert of James Gunn. Oh, James Gunn let his wife make out with John Cena. Or, so on and so forth. I don't care about that. What I do care about is how a studio could stoop so low. For those who don't know, I grew up with the worst of the worst when it comes to like horrible DC movies, and I still was a fan. Like, obviously, I grew up with like some good ones, like the Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, so on and so forth. I forget the third one. You think the darkness is real? I was born in it, molded by it. You nearly adopted the dark. But like, I also like grew up with like the worst iterations of some characters. Like, for example, a certain Joker from Suicide Squad. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I'm obviously talking about Jared Leto's Joker. One of the worst Jokers I've seen in a while. I grew up with that Joker. That Joker kind of sucked. Well, no, I didn't. I grew up with two Jokers. One live action and one non-live action. Jared Leto's Joker and the Batman Joker, voiced by I don't know who. The Batman, like, made in like what, 2014, 2004. It was a great show, great Batman. They had like what? They had Adam West as the mayor. I mean, come on, what is there not to like? I think they had Adam West as the mayor. I could be wrong. Talk about Adam West. That's a version of Batman I wish I grew up with. Like, I like dark, edgy Batman, yes, but I also would wish I grew up with campy Batman. No problem, citizen. You know, it's just such a great Batman iteration. Now, my favorite Joker is, of course, the one I grew up with, which is the Batman's Joker. I don't know why they titled the show The Batman. Like, for what purpose? Why The Batman? Could they not think of anything better? I eventually, of course, watched other shows. And, oh, I see why people like Mark Hamill's Joker. He is so, like, it's like the role was made for him, you know? But also, at the same time, there are just other Jokers people don't give enough credit to. Like, for an example, my favorite Joker. But other than that, they don't give enough credit to Jack and Nicholson's Joker, or what was it? What was their name again? Was it Cameron DiMaggio from Under the Red Hood? That Joker is that is a Joker. That is a Joker I want to see on screen again. That is a Joker I want to see again in general. There's also what is his name? Brave and the Bold's Joker. Batman Brave and the Bold. Their Joker is pretty good. Sure, that Joker was based more on, like, what, the 70s? No, I like him. I like him. There's other, obviously, other Jokers. Heath Ledger's Joker, really good. I loved it. You wanna know how I got these scars on my face? Great. Was like, what? How'd it go? 5K alive. No, 5K dead. I'm alive, you know? It's great. One of probably the best live action Joker iteration we've ever had. And that's saying a lot. Well, no, that's not really saying a lot, really. The bar isn't that high. Well, it is high, but not that high, you know? I just hope we get to see another, like, really well-written Joker and well-acted Joker in both live action and animation. It's inevitable. It's inevitable at this point. Although, I will say this, not a lot of people give enough credit to my boy, Mr. Freeze. He's only been in, like, what, one live-action movie? My boy, Mr. Freeze, what have they done to you? My favorite. By the way, my favorite Batman villains are obviously Mr. Freeze, the Joker, and Bane. Mr. Freeze has always been my favorite because Mr. Freeze, you know? Especially Arnold's Mr. Freeze. We're gonna put you in the cooler, you know? Best Mr. Freeze, best live action Mr. Freeze. No, but like, they don't give enough credit to my boy Mr. Freeze. They don't give him enough screen time, man. Joker's my second favorite just because he's a lunatic. He's also just my favorite character, my, like, second favorite character in general, because I just like the way people write him and the way people, like, you know. My third favorite is Bane because of, like, one, he's supposed to be smart, but kind of, like, strong at the same time. And I'll give you this bias, because he's supposed to be Hispanic. He's supposed to be a Hispanic, at least speak Spanish, at least. And I wish we see that more on screen. You know, like, I'm doing a Darth Vader impression right now. Hoy es el día de los muertos, murciélago. You wanna know why? No. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, he speaks in English and he has a Hispanic accent. No. It doesn't have to be that, like, well acted. I just need someone. I just need him to speak Spanish in general. It could be a no sabo for all I care. Walks in, it's like, yo quiero guacamole with a side of taco. That would actually hurt my soul. No, never mind. I regret that. But yeah, that's my side tangents gone. Why? Why can't I stay focused on one topic? Okay. So, in short summary, my schedule sucks. Most of the replacements for certain characters in Marvel sucks, except for the Falcon, Miles Morales, and was it Shuri for Black Panther? Most live actions of Joker are either really good or really bad. Yeah. Other than that, I hope y'all have a wonderful, spectacular day, or night, or afternoon, or evening. Other than that, I'll see you in like whenever I decide to not hibernate, because I'm a bear apparently that just likes to take a nap. See ya. Peace.